Hi everyone, welcome to Mixed Media Frenzy. This is Scrappy Kathy, aka Kathy McElfresh, and frenzied is the appropriate word for how I'm feeling today. There was one disaster after another last night and this morning, and I have paint all over my fingernails. I cut myself reaching in to pick up a die. I have never cut myself on a cutting die before in my life, but it happened today. And I just simply do not have the time or the energy or the good sense in my brain today to clear off the table. So I'm working this little space that you see. That's pretty much what I'm working with today. I have gathered some Lawn Fawn and Bella Blvd papers, and then whatever this is from and these are all miscellaneous collections, and I've got a Vicki Boutin color study page. There's some more Bella Blvd. Got several different Bella Blvd collections in here. This is the original. She's using Bella Blvd, and that's kind of what gave me the idea. I know that at some point last week, or maybe the week before, I came across the page that had that exact cut apart card, and I can't find it. So I went looking through all these other things, and I found one that's going to be okay. It's Big Photo Week at Mind the Scrap Summer Challenge, and so you have to use a photo that's, to get the point, you have to use a photo that's greater than, bigger than 5x7. So I have this one, and so instead of a 3x4 card like she's got there, this is a Missy Whidden layout. If I didn't say that before, it's not labeled, but I recognize the style and the handwriting. And let's see, so I've got, instead of 3x4, I've got a 4x6 cut apart card. So I'm kind of building my color scheme off of this card. So let me go ahead and cut that out. I'm going to use part of the reverse. I love this reverse part. So let me get everything cut that needs to be cut, and hopefully that won't include my finger. And we'll go from there. This is a photo of Reese sitting up on the back of the couch in her favorite spot when she's not, like manically moving around the house for absolutely no reason at all, just in a huge panicked hurry, or tearing apart some of her chew toys. This is where she gets, and the reason is because she can look through the blinds to the woods out back and look for deer, and occasionally she'll see a squirrel jumping from limb to limb in the tree, and it's her excuse to go absolutely crazy nuts, and she's good at that. She's just very good at it. So this was a quiet moment, and so James took the photo. With the kind of the brown of the couch and the brown of the dog, there was a hint of blue just in the light coming through the window. So I used a filter, I think it's the airport filter on the app called Prisma. And it actually picked up all the blue that was wherever the light was hitting her little crazy hair. It turned it blue, and then it turned that blue. So I'm going to kind of play with that, although I'm adding in all those other colors. to the mix. So we'll see. I kind of want, so I'm gonna, instead of having it to the left, I kind of want it to the right, and I can't tell you why, but we'll figure that out as it comes. Now my next thing that I need to cut is, I need to cut a mat for the photo, and before I do that, I don't want it to be an exact mat, but I want it to be out of this paper with this blue off to the side, kind of there. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost like just a little over 5. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, a little over 7. So I'm gonna make this a little more over 5, like say 5.5. Let me go 5 and whatever that is. And then I'm gonna go 7, so I have to cut off less than 5. So I need to go, well, let's just do it right, because I can guarantee you the way my brain is working this morning, I'm not going to do it right. So this is 7, and it was a little, I'm going to go 7.5 there, and I'll be kind of curving it, kind of doing something like that. It's not going to be a straight, full-on mat. And I have cut some scallops. She's got some black and white scallops on top of the card, and these 2 photos, and then down at the bottom, kind of right under there. So I'm gonna do that with, I used a Lawn Fawn Ocean Waves die to cut one of the strips. This was a cut apart paper from Bella Blvd that had these strips. I can do something like that where it kind of looks, I'm kind of going, normally I would hide this cut end and this cut end, but I would have it here, I'll have it really there, and then I'll run this underneath, maybe where the kind of that goes. But the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mat this card, and this time I really do want a mat, and I'm going to cut it out here, and it's 4 by 6, so I'm going to cut this at let's go a little more than 4 and a little more than 6. Okay, and that gives me some really nice blue striped paper, which I'm going to put aside over here on top of my brayer basket. And this will also get kind of wonky like that, and when I do that, I kind of like to staple, and I have learned that I need to staple in a couple places. Okay, so that's done, and then we're gonna do this one. This one is also kind of, let me, go like that. I actually prefer it this way. How did I have it before? I'll let it kind of sneak down below there and curve it that way. Okay. And then we'll see how much room we have on the page and where I need to do my mixed media, because I am going to do mixed media. And instead of using oxide inks, I thought I would use just distress ink. I've got some rub-ons and some sayings, and just kind of put that off to the side. I'm going to put the trimmer there. I've got a piece of tape marking the lowest point. I may use this strip that has the arrows, but I'm not sure. I'm going to put that in again in there. Okay, so if I have it kind of going this way, the mixed media kind of needs to be here and down here. And I can do some on the very edges, but I don't need to do a whole lot in the middle. So kind of around in a circle around the page. So I'm going to put those on top of my paints. And I'm going to bring this out as a guide again to kind of remind me that I just want to pick up on several of the colors. And the only oxide or distress inks that I have are well, actually I have some of the full size, but the only cubes I have are in these colors. So what I'm going to do is, one at a time, I'm going to spread a color on this acetate. It's a cover of one of Vicki Boutin's mixed media pads. I'm going to let's just start, for example, with this mustard seed, and I'm going to add in some, actually that's kind of ugly. Well, why not? We'll see what happens, and I've got enough embellishments I can cover things up. Okay, I'm gonna kind of let that swirl around, let the water activate it, and then, as Vicki says, I'm gonna kiss the page kind of, and I'm not happy with that line there, but I can kind of work that out, I think. And let me get my paper towel to kind of blot that up there. Okay, and now I'm going to use that same paper towel to clean the yellow off of here. And my next color combination will be, I have abandoned coral and picked raspberry. So I'm going to kind of do those around. And I want to do those over here because I don't have exactly the right blue to kind of match the blue over there, so I'm going to bring the blue over to the other side. So kind of let that swirl around. Kind of get rid of some of the lines in there and let that sort of reddish color mix with the pink. And then we're going to go down kind of right there. And I'm going to quickly get this running back down the other way. And I can actually maybe manipulate that a bit to get a little bit different look. I'm going to wipe that off. Am I wiping it from the right side? The correct side. Let me see what I can do here. That kind of removes those lines and it kind of looks like drips. And the pattern of the paper towel is showing, so that's kind of interesting. The next color combination I'm going to do, I'm going to work over in the blue area over here, and then I'll do some green down here. And hopefully it doesn't look, once I get the photos there, hopefully it doesn't look kind of spotty like that. Okay, so the colors I'm using here are peacock feathers and emerald lagoon. And I bet, yeah, okay. So now, these are two of my very favorite colors, whether it's in the oxides or the distress inks, period. Just so perfect for, I don't know, beachy pages or anything really. This is not exactly a beachy page. Oops, it's kind of spreading all over before I get a chance. I have to reach around the tripod to get, oops, okay, so we've got a lot of blue there, and this is not the right material to do the kissing technique, in case you are yelling at the screen. It's just the most convenient for me at the moment, given my circumstances here. Okay, so now we'll go with green, and the greens I have are cracked pistachio and mowed lawn. So I kind of like, I especially love this yellow up here. And then I'm going to finish it off with some black ink. It looked like the cracked pistachio isn't very juicy. So we'll see how that works. And I'm going to do this kind of quickly. I don't really want a lot of movement and dripping, but you know, that's what I got, of course. So that's fine. Make a little more contact there, and then we can go here. And it's all kind of meant to pick up colors and to look very watercolory and splashy, I guess, kind of chaotic, like the dog is fixing to be any minute now in that photo. So I'm going to put this away, and I think that's dry enough to go ahead and start building the page. So let me come back to, I'll put the original here where I can see it. Let me see if I can ever find my photo again. What did I do with the photo? And there it is. Okay, you're probably yelling at me, saying, it's right there. Okay, here. And see, not much of that's going to show. And I know that bothers some of you, and it does kind of bother me, too, because I rather liked it. Okay, so I like that there's this pink here, and we have the pink kind of across the page. There's the yellow here, and there's the yellow there, and there's yellow here, and there's not really, I mean, there are a couple greens in here, and this green up here kind of counterpoints to that. I wish this green, I wish more of this were showing, because that's the part I really like. So I'm going to overlap that. Let me put some foam behind here, and no, I'm going through printer paper or photo paper and foam like crazy with these big photos that we're using this week in the Mind the Scrap Summer Challenge. But I do love scrapping large photos, especially when they're cute ones like this. And I'm going to put this on, and then I'm going to put a little more foam behind that so that it can overlap. Okay, let's see. There. And then maybe what I'll do here is just put the foam over here. It doesn't need to be doubled. Just do it that way. And I think that I like that blue, so I'm gonna overlap it that way. Okay, so now let's pull in. The first thing I wanted to do were those scallops, because I kind of want to see how they fit in. And then we can kind of see. There's this long one, which could go, let me cut a cleaner edge here. I could put it there only, and of course I need my tweezers because I'm not able to grip anything with that. There we go. I'll put it at the same angle as this, and this one I will put at the same angle as that guy. Okay. Just kind of get a little bit of glue. I don't think I need to pop that up or anything, and I don't think it needs wet glue. So there's a little bit that will show beneath the card, and then you'll see some right in there, which is kind of the way it is in the original. Come on. Okay, so that looks just wonky enough. Now I've also got, she has small clusters in some corners, and I have, I'm gonna need tweezers again to pick stuff up. I have some little things that I've die cut out of one of the strips that was in the cut apart strips. And I have miscellaneous little dog kinds of pieces of wood veneer. I've got flairs, and I've got a couple kinds of washi tape and some words and some papers that I could do strips of. One thing that she did have that I am gonna go for is this very narrow strip of black and white and some colorful things. So I am going to pull out my trimmer again, and I'm gonna cut this one with that cut edge, and I'm gonna use it that way. I'm going to try to paste that. I'm going to run some washi tape and kind of paste that over. Then the other one, I'll cut a little bit wider and maybe try to rip that a bit, or rip the colorful layer that goes on it. And I have this paper, which is very similar to the dots. You know, the dots are arranged differently, but I think the colors are very similar. So I was thinking, let's see, do I want this wider one at the top? I think I'm going to go with the wider one at the top rather than the bottom. So let me turn this around. There's more real estate here. So I'm actually just going to put this on like it is, and then I will work some ripped, like torn pieces of that paper. Hopefully I put the glue on so that I can do, and I'm going to kind of fold it up right here so that I can take a piece of this. Let's see, where can I get the most colors represented? Let's go right here. There. And I can kind of sneak that in right there, along with maybe a bit of this kind of back behind it to give it so that I'm not white on white right there. Okay, that's gonna work. Let me see what I might have done with my wet glue, because it isn't, yes it is, but it's just turned over. Okay, so I'm gonna glue these two things together. Well, actually, why don't I staple them together? And the staple can show when I scooch it in there. And now I'm gonna put just a little bit of glue kind of right there. And I'm not gonna stitch on this, as you know, but sometimes when you do like ruffled edges like that, and you have things kind of peeking out, you end up with a look that's similar to stitching. It kind of it adds a similar type of texture. Now I've got this washi tape that also has colorful dots and black and white. I think it's a Simple Stories summer collection from a few years back. I'm gonna use this right here to look like it's taping that down, and that'll be the base for the little cluster that's going to go there, which is going to have, I was thinking, and I'm working upside down here, but I was thinking a dog, a dog paw heart and a Dotty flare, and then some little bannery things that I cut from a Bramble Fox die. Let me get those stapled together. And I could maybe do something like that. And then this one, I'm just really gonna try hard to sneak it in under here and then fold that paper back a little bit. Okay, and this is gonna just have to be torn right there, and that's fine. Okay, so that kind of looks a little bit like I wanted it to. I'm going to use, down at the bottom, I'm going to use this narrower piece from that die cut, but I'm going to slide this in right here and use a flare kind of right there. So let's see how that works. And I'm working down here below the line, so you can't see it, and I apologize for that. Let's kind of do that right there. And I have this little blue butterfly. It's from the Butterfly Dreams charity set from last month. And I apologize for using something that you can no longer buy, but it's a reminder that when those charity sets come out, if you like them, it's probably a good idea to get them. I think this may be might be my last piece from that set, and I hated to see it go because I really loved it. Okay, and that's kind of an idea that maybe she's got butterfly dreams about being out there amongst the butterflies and the squirrels and so forth. Oops, I've lost my Dotty Flair. Can't have that happening. I didn't glue this down, did I? I kind of placed it there. I'm going to put the wood directly down on the page, and then I'm going to raise the flare up with a double layer of foam. So let's see, I want it to overlap that way. So I want it, well, it doesn't matter because the dots aren't in any particular order. I've got a little tiny piece here that's enough to prop it up. Double there. I'm kind of going astray from Missy's design, and I hate that because her designs are just always spot on perfect. But I think I'm gonna still like the page because I do like that big old photo of Reese. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, that's there. This is here. And then I'm just gonna kind of scooch this under the flare, holding those down. Just kind of doing that, and then I'll put something right here. Maybe I have some knocking over paints and all kinds of things. I have some words that I thought I'd add out here. There's there's one on here that is just perfect. The sky tells me there are no limits, and curiosity tells me to explore. And that I want to put across here. So I don't want to use that one. This made me laugh or live for the moments you can't put into words. That's kind of too long. I'm going to go with enjoy today. And I'm really just gonna I know this isn't fully glued down yet, so maybe I can do that. Okay. And there's something showing right there, so I'm gonna move the banner over. and there's still like a little area, and this bothers me. I don't like there to be like open holes and things. Okay, so that works now, and the glue will hold all that down. And I'm going to leave the ends curled up. They won't stay that way, but okay, so that's okay. And now we're going to work down here with this strip over a full strip of the washi tape. That's my idea. Let's see how it works. I love this washi tape, and I love that it's these dots and these dots, and the dots on the flare are not matchy-matchy. I don't like matchy-matchy in home decor or scrapbook pages, apparently, or even clothing. I guess in home decor they say that what you should strive for is to look like you've acquired things, precious things over the years, instead of just gone out and bought stuff that the manufacturer thought matched. And for me, certainly my wardrobe and my home decor do not look like I went anywhere and bought anything that matched anything else. It does look like there's a rug from Morocco, and there's a rug from Turkey, and they are in no way related in design or pattern or color, and yet they both made us happy, and we enjoy the memories. And then everything else is from IKEA or leftovers from the kids. Okay, so I like that, but it kind of needs something. And so maybe right about in here, I could do a cluster with a dog house and a paw, kind of doing something like that. And I have a bone as well. I could do the bone here to go with the butterfly dreams. And I'll do it a little bit off kilter, kind of that way. I'm sure that Libby did not have in mind that her charity set would be used to hold a dog bone, but you know, I'm gonna do a little bit of this washi tape. It's a thin film strip. Actually, I didn't know, but I'll let that kind of be the base. I'm gonna move it maybe a little bit over here, because I kind of want to bring your attention to that green. I'll put it at an angle. I can do a little tiny bit of this. Maybe kind of sticking out of right there, although that's probably nice and glued down now. If I run that across, I may be able to squeeze that in, and where, oh, look at that. It worked. And I'm not going to add any more glue. I'm not going to take it out because I like that. It kind of doesn't show up too loudly, if you will. Again, I need to glue this down. And then I'm going to glue I'll put the foam here, and I've got an arrow to use and a couple other bits. Okay, this does have an up and a down. I'm going to move it up like that, so I want the glue, the foam rather, over here. I don't know that I'm going to tuck anything under it like I did the little banner up there. But it does need to get over the little house there. Okay, now I've got this arrow, which I want to put kind of going in the same direction as the tape, but kind of at a wonky angle. And I don't want this to look like a title, so I'm going to go find some more word strips like that. I've got this that says, "Let's stay home." And then I have that other little thing that says, "The sky tells me there are no limits and curiosity tells me to explore." That's kind of something that needs to go there. And I normally would put this on foam, but this time I'm going to kind of do this. And then I'm going to, that's all about no limits and exploring. And this is a house saying, "Let's stay home." So it's a, and I hate that the house is going to cover part of the word "the," because I don't want. Okay, I'll do that. And then I've got this little key that's kind of a key to my heart sort of thing, but I don't think it goes. I don't like the look of it there. I do have I have this random heart that could maybe sneak in under something over there. The color's kind of right. I'm determined to use all these little silly mismatched things that I keep finding. I don't want to throw them away, and they're not part of any, they've been hanging around for too long, and so it's either use them or lose them kind of thing. Do that, and then I can layer maybe do some enamel dots. Let's do a yellow dot right here, and then I'm going to do a green dot over here at the risk of looking Christmassy with the red thingy. And let's go with a blue-ish dot sort of over here. Just kind of adding a little bit of interest and color. Now I've got to have room for journaling, and I think the journaling is going to go up the side, or maybe it could go here, but I have to wait for that to dry. I don't want to try to write because the ink from my pen would kind of blur that there. With this little tiny piece of pink stuff, I'm going to tuck it in right there. And I have some rub-ons that might be good, and again, kind of looking to use rub-ons that have been lying around for way too long. Just kind of put that there. There's, let's see, what does it say? There's an XOXO, which is kind of cute. Or Dreamer of Dreams. That's the one. There's also The Good Life. So I'll use both of those. I'm not sure where. But it won't be there because that's where I'm going to journal. Remind me of that. Keep reminding me of that. Yell at the screen and remind me of that. Okay, where is my popsicle stick? Here we go. Okay, Dreamer of Dreams shall go maybe like right here. That wouldn't be a bad place. I'm going to turn this. I have to remember to put it on upside down. Oh, come on. When I was working with this a while ago, it was only too happy to peel. Okay, let's see if it actually rubs off. Not sure where I got these or how long I've had them, but they're cute. There's a texture to them, so they come off kind of almost like the words were embossed onto the page. All right, it worked. Okay, so now I've got this one that says Good Life, and I think we need to use it. Kind of right here where this green dot is. I think that works. It's really a nice rub-on. There were apparently on that sheet, there were some typed phrases and these script phrases, and I really like the looks of both of those. I'll bet they came in a Mind the Scrap kit, and I just put them away in my stash once I had used a few of them, and I needed to make room for the next kit. Okay, I think we're done except for the journaling, and I will not photograph the layout until after I have journaled, but let's do a quick check to see. I think I've captured about as well as I can the spirit of this, which is she's talking about how wild her little girl is, and I'm kind of talking about how crazy my little dog is. Let's see. No title. There is no title. Large picture. 10 words of journaling. I will be writing about how she looks out and looks for deer and squirrels. Ink, and you saw me use the distress ink for the background, and washi. So I've got washi all over the place here. A couple different kinds. So I think I've met the requirements, and I've done the mixed media, and it was kind of a frenzy, and I almost like the looks of this paper towel as much as I do the page. So there we go, a little bit close. I hope you could see well enough. I moved the camera down for a live I did yesterday, and let me see if it, I think that might be a better height, and then I could actually bring it down some. So sorry for adjusting this at the end of the video instead of before I started filming, but there you go. You can see the whole page there, and yeah, I think that's cute. I just love that photo of Reese. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next week for Mixed Media Frenzy. Bye.